RAB Racing, a team that had some success down in the Xfinity Series, but unfortunately could never make it into the Cup Series. This was a team that ran between 2008 all the way to 2015. Most people know this team for one of three reasons. One is that this was the team that gave John West Townley his first ever opportunity to run full-time in the Xfinity Series. It was also the team that gave Alex Bowman an opportunity to run for Rookie of the Year in the Xfinity Series. Or three, this is where Boris Said got his first and only victory in the Xfinity Series in a photo finish at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. But what many people may not remember is that this team did everything they could to try to make it into the Cup Series. However, when it came to the Cup Series, this team had no chance of making it in. The team would attempt to make their first ever Cup race in the Great American Race in 2012. Their driver would be Kenny Wallace, and their machine would be the '09 American Ethanol Toyota. Unfortunately, the team suffered from ECU problems in the middle of the duels, which means they weren't able to make it into the Great American Race. They would not make another attempt into the Cup Series until 2014 at the Coke Zero 400 at once again Daytona. They would have Front Row Joe, or Joe Nemechek is what most people know him by, to try to make it in the number 29 machine. Unfortunately, they would have the same success as they would in the Daytona 500, which means they didn't qualify for the race, so they would try again later down the road. Later that summer, Matt Crafton would be the next driver to try to make the first ever race for RAB Racing. Random fact, this would actually be his first ever attempt to make it into a Cup race. He would try to make it into the Brickyard 400, but unfortunately would post the slowest qualifying time, meaning the team would once again not qualify. Then their fourth attempt, this time at Talladega Superspeedway, they were able to qualify 24th with Joe Nemechek driving the number 29 machine. You're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, the team finally made a race, woo! But believe it or not, the team would not make it into the race because they failed post-qualifying inspection, which means their qualifying time was disallowed, meaning they finished last. So that means in the 4 attempts that they tried to make it into the NASCAR Cup Series, they were not able to make a single race. Even though the team has not made a race up to this point, they decided in 2015 that they would go for freaking broke and try to attempt the full season in the Cup Series. For the Daytona 500, they would have Justin Marks, yes, the same Justin Marks that owns Trackhouse Racing, try to attempt the Daytona 500 driving the number 29 machine once again. The team failed to make the Daytona 500, but they would try again at the Atlanta race with this time Reed Sorensen driving. However, this time it was pre-qualifying inspection that gave the team no opportunity to qualify for the race, as they did not even post a single lap in qualifying. They would try again at Las Vegas after the Atlanta race, but again would not qualify, and they decided to skip the next race at Phoenix and go all in for Auto Club. But again, the team was not able to qualify. At this point, the team officially threw the towel in for the Cup Series and would just focus on their Xfinity Series until they shut down midway through the year. 8 attempts and not a single time did they qualify. While the team gave us some exciting moments down in the Xfinity Series, it's safe to say that when it comes to their Cup Series program, they will unfortunately go down as one of the worst teams to ever enter the NASCAR Cup Series.